Hello, this is Rick Powers, and I'm working on a histogram. I want to show you how to change the settings in order to affect the number of groups that you have in a histogram. And I'm going to do this using StatCrunch for the basic statistics class. So I'm going to share my screen. I pull up StatCrunch. And I'm a little bit zoomed in here, so I'm going to go back to normal size. And I'm just going to type in some numbers. Oops, it's a little much. And so then we want to create a histogram for this. If I click where it says graph and histogram, and I pick that particular set of data, if I just go to compute, it's just going to create a data distribution here, frequency distribution, based on how it wants to do it. And right now, as it stands, I have these data groups that are listed here. And it doesn't tell me where they start, and it doesn't tell me how wide the different parts of it is. But if I roll over this, I see that it starts at 2 and it goes up to 4. And then this one is going from 4 to 6. But if you'll notice, if you look carefully at this, it has a square bracket on the 4 and a curly one or a round bracket on the, or parenthesis on the 6. That means it includes the 4, but it does not include the 6. So if I had something that was decimal, it would be like 4 to 5.99 or something like that. So this is telling me that if I look at the bottom one, it started at 2 and it's going up by 2. The class width is 2. Well, maybe I don't want this. Okay, right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 data groups, including the one which is empty in here. So if I want to have fewer data groups, if I want to say, let's say I want 6, well then I could start at the same place, still starting at 2, and then I could make the data groups wider. Well, how does that work? I would go to options here, edit, and I can still start at 2, but instead of going up by 2, I can say, let's go a little bit bigger, like 2.1. And then I hit compute. And I haven't actually changed the number of groups. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here. So I'm going to have to edit and make it a little bit larger. So I can do this as much as I want to. And now here I have 6 data groups, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could do this by just trial and error, just trying numbers until it gets to a place that I want it to be. That's okay. It's also true that I could think about the range, which I have right here, which goes from 3, if we want to check out the data, and we say, what is the range of this? Okay, the range of this data is 12. It actually goes from 3 to 15. So then if I say, oh, I want to break that up specifically, it's starting at 3 and going up to 15. And so then I could maybe start at 3 and go up by 2. You can be more intentional about how to create the data groups or not. You can just try things until they work. Either way is fine. We've accomplished our goal here if we want to have 6 data groups. And certainly if we want to have like 10 data groups, we could edit this and say, oh, well, let's start at 3 like we were considering. And then if our range is 12, then maybe 1.2 would give us 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is from 9 to 10.2. Then we have missing ones here. And this is 15. So we'd have to think about, okay, how many am I missing here? I'd actually have 4 that are in this region because I'm going from 10.2 to 15. That's 4.8. So there are 4 data groups in here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11. So it doesn't always work. Depending on how the software sets up the data sets and everything, to just take the range and divide by a number doesn't always work. So here, if I say I need to have 10, so I need to make this a little bit larger. So I go with 1.3, compute that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because this is from 10.8 to 14.7. So that would be 3.9. And there would be 3 data groups in here of 1.3 each. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now I have. All right, so I hope this is informative for you to be able to understand how to set up a histogram so that you can change the number of groups according to the instructions that you're given.